not sure we're going to get 580 carries again. You know, there was some talk between you and Rob about that. I don't think it's the angle, but we'll see.
I mean, I'd like it. It would be obtuse from G2 to do it, but it would be a cute composition overall, in my estimations.
I feel like as well, when you think of like 580 carry compositions, there was definitely 80 carries I feel like could have lent themselves more, you know, like you'd expect like a Kindred in the jungle or something like that. I mean, the Agile worked great, don't get me wrong.
Don't you flame Haru like that, man. Whoa, the guy's a legend. Zahin, or Zahen.
Zahen.
Banned away, yes, Zahen.
Get it right.
I'm sorry, man. It's no paltry matter to mispronounce Zahen, is it? Caitlyn banned away as well by KC. Where will G2 look for their final ban? They're just going to keep Tao down by banning out another top laner. Oh, it's going to be the Mel instead to remove something Kamiloo is actually relatively comfortable on.
Yeah, and also Champion, I feel like a lot of people have taken issue with recently. Problematic to play against, not very fun.
The fact she got buffed after being part of a World's winning run,
Yeah, interesting decision there, but let's not talk too much about balance decisions. Be interesting if Draven, we saw that banned in game 1, that ends up going through.
And in game 2 against Caliste, but it seems like both teams want to leave it open. Okay. So, G2, are you first picking Draven?
I'm not sure if you need to necessarily. It'd be a bit of a bold statement.
Well, because Caliste plays it really well as well.
Okay.
So this is very much a, we want it for Han Summer, and we don't want Caliste to have it.
Going down the gauntlet, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I mean, Casey have to have expected this, so what would they have prepared in return? A lot of 80 carries already taken out the pool as well.
It's Karma Caitlyn, isn't it?
I mean, Caitlyn's banned.
Oh, she is banned. Yeah, okay,
and
it's not.
Can't even go.
You can't go Karma Ezreal. Yeah, you could go Xayah Khan, I guess, and just play for the
Draven feels kind of just short range, right?
You could go Xayah Blitz, and that kind of fixes the short range because with the Draven, you know he's going to run onto his axe.
Yeah.
And no Draven player can resist that.
Yeah.
It's like bards with the little meeps. You can't resist.
Yeah.
So you pick Blitz and you just hook where the axe is going to land.
Well, actually, if you're setting up for a Blitzcrank, Maokai Blitzcrank is really just a dirty combo.
I'm just saying, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. It would work pretty well, Xayah and Maokai.
I also think just a pick like that in general in team fights makes a lot of issues, but they are going to go for the Aatrox here instead.
Okay. What's BrokenBlade going to play into it? Could look for something like the Warwick if he just wants to play a sustained battle up towards that top side. Could also go for something like the Ornn if he just wants to have a teamfight engaged champion for later on. But like you try and survive into the Aatrox. It's not a nice matchup for you, obviously, but
gonna have that value later on for sure. And it also means that the team can play towards the Draven because obviously that should be the focus here.
Oh, SkewMond's Nunu. Wait, is that Cho locked in? Okay, so it's gonna be Cho into the Aatrox then.
I mean, you'd think they did make Cho have a bit more damage to jungle monsters. I haven't seen too much. It's probably still top.
I think it's top. I think it's for the Carnivore passive, you just out-sustain.
Yeah.
Similar like to when you play Cho into Yorick. You know you're going to get pushed in, but it's like, oh yeah, I'll just sustain.
I'm loving the facial hair.
It's Secret Ancient. Do we actually know? I don't even know who's meant to be sitting in that seat. Do you know which seat that is?
No.
Because it could be Kesha.
Oh, wow.
And we could get he could have snuck in. SkewMond is a great Nunu player as well, so. There's the Nautilus for an aggressive bot lane. KC looking towards the Fizz, but there's the Blitzcrank we talked about into the Draven and locked in.
Yeah, lock that one in.
No, we could be coaches. Let's be honest. Like, if it was just predicting what could be good in the draft and saying a few things, we could be great coaches.
Yes, that's all there is to coaching.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, I will say one thing with the Blitzcrank. There's already going to be like a massive Cho'Gath in front of you when it comes to setting up the 5v5s, and you're not necessarily going to get that much value from grabbing him, and it's pretty hard to land the grab around him, so you definitely want to get the ball rolling early, or maybe you're going to have some issues later on.
All I'm hearing is naysaying against the Church of the Crank.
Hey, I think it's a good pick.
If you want to be a heathen, you take a pew. You go to Prime's church, okay?
I think having some extra setup, you know, we saw the Maokai hovered earlier, something like that could help out, make it a little bit easier.
I agree with that. Something to lock down the Cho'Gath so you can weave your way around him. Anivia banned away by KC. Like an Anivia wall with a Nautilus there for the hooks as well, that's pretty powerful.
I think as well, you know, I mean, Anivia does pretty good into a decent amount of like the immobile mages mid, but maybe if you're going for something like a Ryze, or you wanted something like that in the mid lane.
Or Victor. That's something Kamiloo does like, so Taliyah taken away. Reminder that the 10 champions played in the first 2 games are also banned away, so not going to see the Corki, the Ziggs, the Orianna, or the Azir in mid.
A bit of a theme. They banned the 2 champions who build walls, you know?
Oh, true. True.
Is there something to that?
No. There's not, man. Like,
but the Ryze ban comes through, so...
2 good mid lane champs.
Yeah, but maybe thinking that they were setting up the Ryze, trying to establish a good matchup.
I guess the 3rd and 4th champion that build walls are already out of the game, because it's Azir and Jarvan. Right? Yorick, is it a wall if it's made of human flesh? I guess technically it's still a wall, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Yorick is still available. So if G2 really want to build a wall, they can't go for the Yorick. Aurora is the pick for KC. Where are G2 going to look for mid and jungle?
I think as well when you have the Cho'Gath in the top lane and a lot of eggs in the Draven basket, you have something like the Aurora can cause a lot of issues. So definitely want a strong carry from G2 somewhere else. And they go for the Xanthi, so it looks like it might just be that Cho'Gath in the jungle.
Cho jungle, okay. Did get slightly buffed on the monster damage, as you said. LeBlanc picked the cat, 78% win rate on this all time. One of his most played picks.
This is a very feast or famine composition, and not just because they have the Cho'Gath.
You're hilarious, Orcs. Oh.
But having your 2 carries is Draven, LeBlanc, and then 3 tanks.
Oh, true, yeah.
If they fall behind, you're in for a bad time.
That is entirely correct. Jayce, the final lock, that's going top? So is it Aatrox jungle?
It might, Aatrox, I was saying...
I need to look at the patch though, man.
Aatrox did get buffs on his jungle damage, but so did Jayce.
Oh, okay. the Jayce Aatrox jungle flex, something we never expected.
The list of champions who got buffs to the jungle damage on this patch is extremely long.
Okay.
Some favored more than others, but it does seem like they are committing to the jungle Aatrox.
The Aatrox buff was huge.
Yeah.
Like, it went from 100 flat monster damage cap on his passive to 100 scaling to 320.
That's quite a lot.
As the game goes on. And his Q got a flat bonus damage multiplier as well on it.
Yeah, I don't think the Jayce one was as big.
I was looking at the Mundo one. The Mundo one is just a buff on his E. Oh, sorry, Cho'Gath, yeah. It's quite a large early game monster damage buff on his E. It went from 20 to 100 damage. But they took off some of his max HP scaling on it.
I think also Cho'Gath wasn't actually that bad at jungling before this anyway.
It was just a little slow.
Yeah.
Just a smidge slow. Jayce, yeah, he got 50 flat damage on a couple of things, so nowhere near the same size as the Aatrox buffs. So we make our way onto Summoner's Rift for a qualification game here between KC and G2 for a spot against T1 in our 4th game of the day.
And it's very interesting seeing these. I didn't expect to really test the limit of the jungle picks that we saw coming out with the changes on the patch.
You didn't?
There we are. No, I didn't.
I'm looking forward to the Fizz. I really want Fizz jungle to make a comeback. I used to play, as we get ready for the game, I used to play a bunch of Fizz jungle when it was really bad, and I was really bad at League of Legends, and my friendship group, Team Sunshine and Rainbows, that was the name of my friendship group, yeah, my League of Legends friendship group. We called ourselves Team Sunshine and Rainbows.
Wow.
And they actively flamed me all the time for my Fizz jungle.
Wait, so you're telling me Team Sunshine and Rainbows flamed you?
I'm going to say we were a bunch of English gentlemen, like young English men.
So the name was a bit ironic.
It was slightly, yeah, it was tongue-in-cheek, to say the least.
Yeah.
And it was between ourselves. We're never toxic publicly, right? So when you want to flame a friend, right, it's quite a British thing to do.
I would never flame.
You'd never use sarcasm either, would you? So,
no.
It's not one of those things that's done. It's uncouth, improper. As Couchsmet works his way towards the mid lane. Neither jungle actually looks like Yike is going to be spotted, starting on his Razor Beaks, a ward down there from SkewMond, who walked in on the Cho'Gath. Neither jungler needing pots in the early jungle, with them having sustain tools built into their kit.
Yeah, like Cho'Gath especially has this insane amount of sustain.
Yeah.
I think the bot lane matchup as well, having the Nautilus into the Blitzcrank is such a fun matchup because you can buffer his grab if you use it on terrain, so you can honestly stand quite aggressively.
Oh, great hook. Hans Summer has to use the barrier underneath the tower, takes a shot.
I was going to say, Labrov can stand aggressively. Handsama can't.
Yes,
if he gets grabbed, it's generally a bad thing, as we saw there. Does hold on to the flash, though. Only burns the barrier himself.
Nice pass from Yike as well. Went Razor Beaks into Wolves. Gromp now can look for a level 3 gank as the dive materializes from G2. They're going for Caliste. Good knock up on Hansama. Needs one more order. Will get it. It'll be a 2-for-1. In the end, you have to feel in favor of KC. Hansama gonna get chased down. The flash from Prime will find him. 2-1 for KC on the play.
And I think, honestly, G2, despite the fact you're trading down in kills, the Draven got the cash in, you deny a ton of farm away from the Xayah, and the fact that the Blitzcrank got one of those kills, you're pretty happy overall. That could have been a disaster, and it worked out pretty okay.
It did. 400 gold lead for Hansama on that bottom lane. Yike is a little bit accelerated in terms of gold, but decelerated in terms of jungle pathing. Only currently on his blue, still has 2 camps up, while SkewMond is about to go to his final camp, and actually should be able to get a double crab here if he reads the pathing of Yike properly and has a bit of cover from Labrov, because here you can go Krugs, work your way up towards topside, take that scuttle crab, then walk down with the push you're going to get from your Draven and your Nautilus.
Yeah, it's just really difficult when you are level 1 in this situation. The flash to commit the CC, it's a good flash, honestly, from Fleece here to dodge away from the extended CC from the Nautilus. But look how close it is. If Hansam had died in auto earlier, could have been completely different. Could have been disastrous for G2.
That was a really good flash from Caliste, as you say, to dodge that dredge line. Now SkewMond is looking towards the bot side, has to flash away. So instead of looking for the double scuttle, tries to get some more pressure onto Caliste and Prime, who do survive the threat and keep themselves even-ish in terms of gold after that initial kill for Hansama. So he's about 400 ahead, but it's balanced out by Prime's early gold.
You look, though, at the items to come back to lane with. The double longsword for the Draven is just the boots. You can't trade auto for auto. I mean, you already can't in this matchup, but an axe hitting you is just going to feel so bad.
Yeah. That's the problem. You're chucking a feather at someone and they have an axe to grind. It's just not cricket, really, is it? It's just not sporting.
We've all heard the kilogram of steel and kilogram of feathers.
Yeah.
And obviously, steel is heavier than feathers.
Heavier. Yes, much kilogram of steel is just so much heavier. Oh, good old Limmy.
Classic.
Hansama and Labrov will continue to get the push up here. Top lane. Not much to do about nothing. You can see Tau has been able to extend the gold lead through CSing about 400 gold or so, which is, you know, a chunk of change, but not really going to spell too much pain for BrokenBlade on this Cassante, who kind of expects to have to absorb pressure early on.
Yeah, it's always going to be a bit rough for the Cassante into a matchup like the Jayce, but to be fair, getting this CS advantage, finding the early harass, it's what you want to see, right? You pick the Jayce in this situation, especially when your bot lane is being pressured, you want him to be getting the lead.
Yeah, and he's managing to do that. Tau had a really impressive performance alongside Prime in their first game of the day against Los Ratones. I keep saying Los Ratones because it feels like Ratones, but I think it's just Los Ratones. So.
You know what? You say it how you want. I'm not a judge, right? I'm sure there's other people at this event who will be the judge.
A few people judging me, probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, G2 will start up the Drake kit. Will be there first of the game and the first for either team as the Infernal Dragon is secured. Yike did poke his nose in, had a little bit of a prod. We'll go back to
SkewMond not level 6 yet though, so doesn't get the feast stack.
Oh, true actually, yeah. I have to track those feast stacks. He's gone for a Fiendish Codex first on the Cho. Now this might be a jungle Cho thing where you get a little bit of AP for the extra Vorpal spikes damage or something, but I'll be honest, Worlds ended, and then I just played ARAM Mayhem for about a month. So I don't know the Cho'Gath jungle tech.
Yeah, I did see a lot of AP Cho'Gath in ARAM Mayhem.
Oh, LeBlanc is dead.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really poor positioning all around from LeBlanc. Just walked into the lane. Maybe he was looking to catch out Kamiloo. Wasn't able to do so, so he put 6 feet under by KC, who have once again extended an early game lead here, about 1,000 gold ahead for them.
And specifically Prime is getting pretty fed, which you know you love to see.
SkewMond looking for Caliste. Doesn't have the flash, but does have the barrier. No Featherstorm available to him. 6 now hit for SkewMond, but Hansama takes it with the axe and cashes in 1,000 gold between the 80 carries now.
Oh, that feels so bad. And I feel like SkewMond playing it so well, getting up to him, getting the slow, landing everything. Very little Caliste can do there, and now this bot lane matchup is just completely cooked.
Yeah, I thought you were saying it feels really bad for SkewMond because he didn't get the feast stack, but you were saying it feels bad for Caliste in that situation. That does make sense. Oh, good hook. And Hansama's pulled under the tower. We'll use the barrier once again, holding on to that flash. Doesn't have the Vamp Scepter yet, but...
Is Prime just the carry of KC right now?
Man, he's living up to his name. Yeah. It is nominative determinism. His name is Prime and he is Prime. As Labrov looks towards the top side. Level 3 on the Nautilus, by the way. Just want you all to pay attention to that as Tao does have to burn the flash to escape the clutches of that anchor.
Yeah, I think Labrov's happy with that, because even if it landed, he was quite close to tower.
Yeah, he was doomed. Yeah. Because like, Tao just flashes over him, knocks him back to the tower. It's like, okay, you're level 3, good luck, mate.
Flash to flash, he's happy in here. Everything connecting. That last knockup, he was so close to getting out of it. But the axe doing so much damage to finish him off.
Hansama in a great position to carry this game here for G2. And you talked about it, like, only having double threats, you do need to focus the Draven early, make sure that he gets ahead so that he can be accelerated into this mid game.
Especially picks like LeBlanc and Draven, you know, which if they fall behind can feel really useless. So this is exactly what G2 wanted.
BrokenBlade going all out. Look at Tower, doesn't have that flash. KC, though, we brought 3 players to a top lane fight. And Prime now 3-0-1. Once again, it's the Church of the Crank. Kamiloo looking to go between worlds and get in here, but can't really find the engage. Good knockup with the Rupture from SkewMond. Will feast the blue buff and take himself a little bit of the KC jungle away. Hansama keeping Caliste at bay as well. No way that Xayah can really approach the tower by herself. Kamiloo might come in and help out.
Don't worry, the Fed Blitzcrank is on his way.
Man, look, he's got a Kindle Gem and a Hope. As the Grubs will be secured by KC. 3-0 for them. So that's if they do manage to get some of these waves pushing out. Jayce later on in a side lane will be able to take towers a lot quicker. Aurora can do a similar thing. Has enough escape tools that she can dash away from LeBlanc if a collapse begins.
Oh.
A little bit dangerous here from Labrov.
Yeah, did land onto the Xayah, but unfortunately not able to follow really. The bot lane matchup, the item discrepancy is not in a good spot.
Yeah.
Really not doing too well here.
You're talking between the supports, right?
Yeah, I mean, just what is LeBron supposed to do here?
Kindle Gem, upgraded World Atlas to a Ruby Crystal and a World Atlas, you know?
What are you supposed to do here?
It's just so many stats, you know? Support gold really does in these sorts of situations. Ooh. It does not, as Prime hits the hook onto a minion. Featherstorm out from Caliste.
I mean, that's the thing as well, when you have a Blitzcrank into a pick like a Draven, is that even if the Draven is fed, if you land that grab, you can just eliminate all that gold off the map.
And Rob there using the dredge line to get to the honey through. Hansama still doesn't have the Vamp Scepter, so not able to heal himself up as much as he would like. Only looking for that Bloodthirster first, but G2 have control of the bot side river. Recalls come out from KC, realizing they need to get the hell out of here because the dive could be on the horizon. In the end, won't end up happening.
Yeah, able just to mitigate the pressure. Cap looking for a trade, won't find the chain in the end. And I feel like mid lane has been relatively quiet, but we've seen Cap build up a pretty solid chest lead in the 1v1.
It's something he does really well on LeBlanc. He understands a lot of the intricacies of the champion, but also understands that she can just be really good at poking. And finding small advantages, dashes back in with a double distortion. Really well played by G2.
That looked so easy.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
Because Tao still didn't have his flash. Supports matter. With the Labrov with that gank up towards the top side. Meanwhile, KC do have 3 players down towards this bottom side. We'll be able to get the push in. Hansama's completed his Bloodthirster. This will be nice for Caliste. Gets a little bit of gold back into his pockets. Teleport coming out from Caps, though. And with no Featherstorm on Caliste, he does need to start to walk away. The chains from Caps. Ooh, just a sliver wide.
Could have been dangerous to have that landed. Oh, Labrov in trouble.
And he is going to get pulled in here. In the middle of KC, SkewMond looking for the Rupture, or even the silence across the wall. Caps dives onto Caliste, down to 200 HP. The Rocket Belt from SkewMond, the Whirling Whip from Hansama, not connected, but look at the damage onto Yike. Caliste with a good sidestep. SkewMond looking for a little bit more of his Prime, forced to flash away. Kamiloo diving in between worlds, he dashes back. Caps looking for the chains, lands them onto the bunny, but Aurora able to flash away in the end.
And I feel like Cap's such a threat. Hansama looking for more.
Well, he didn't get anything, so he wanted something out of that fight.
Was trying to find a kill maybe, but Caps was such a threat there, landing this poke, landing this harass, and just no real recourse from KC there. Dragon going to be secured here. by SkewMond. Doesn't have the feast, unfortunately, again for this, but they'll take the second dragon.
You see how close he was to killing Yike with the feast in their last fight? It was like a sliver of HP, like 50 or so.
It's so sad when that happens.
I think it was the feast at least, so have another look at this. Like, Prime does land the hook as they go for the engage. Yike and Prime with Caliste realizing they can very quickly kill off Labrov, and then Caps comes in for a chunk from the side.
It just becomes so hard to fight when he's just so low already. That flash was great to get away, and then here, I think that was the feast there, just missing out on the stack.
Unsummoned chunking out Kamiloo. Good collapse overall from G2. Kamiloo having to burn the ult and the flash. The summoners invested by KC. A pretty heavy toll for them coming into the next few minutes. Second Drake secured for G2 as well.
We were wondering what SkewMond was going to build. Rocket Belt, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Rocket Belt into plated steel caps, I guess.
I mean, it is a fun item.
The Voltaic Cyclo Sword for the Yike as well. I mean, that kind of makes a little bit more sense because it's one of those items where you're waiting for the cooldown. You can't really build it in lane because you're trading too often. But with the Cyclo Sword, you can then, when you're in the jungle, you come out of the jungle, you gank, and the cooldown's back up so you can use it, right?
Also, like you get so much. So much of the energized, you get so much back when you dash. So the dash auto with the passive as well does so much damage.
It's true. It's true.
You're slow as well, but it makes it really easy to land your Qs with the follow-up. But yeah, Cap's having so much pressure in the side lane, it feels like he had the early farm lead. And this is the thing, even if you don't get early kills on LeBlanc, any goal, just you get a bit of momentum, a bit of an advantage. You become such a problem to deal with. And KC, despite the goals being even overall, and Sam are putting so much pressure down.
Trading into Prime, the feathers pulled back, but Blade Caller won't find his mark. Rupture just short as well. Yike trying to get him from the side with Darking Blade, and Han Summer with a barrier, not gonna save himself. Kamiloo takes the kill now. SkewMond on the retreat, pulled back, but the Infernal Chain just gets out of range. Won't be pulled into KC. Kamiloo still chasing him down, but in the end, KC will back away. I do apologize, I was confusing Opportunity and Voltaic Cyclo Sword for a moment, because Opportunity has that longer cooldown, where you don't want to be in combat for a while.
Yeah, no, Voltaic is like when you dash, you
it's
get the
energized effect,
slow,
yeah.
So it's pretty good.
It's just items we don't see too often, you know? As I said.
I know there was a time it was really popular on Ambessa.
Yeah, it was, for a little bit.
Who has a million dashes. But yeah, I think Han Summer doing crazy amounts of damage, but maybe peeled himself a little bit too much, overstepping there, getting punished for it.
It's a typical AD carry. Like, hey guys, why weren't you there? Why weren't you protecting?
Especially under
Yeah. So, of course I went for the axe. Yes, it led me into the middle of the entire enemy team, but you should have helped me out. Should have been there with me. The hook landing here. Labrov tries to dredgeline his way away, but he's taken out as well. KC now 7-4 up. Gold's still pretty even between the two teams, but KC are finding a few picks that are evening out the score.
Yeah, that was actually pretty slick, I think, because he got the buffer, but I think they cancelled the buffer afterwards. That was really well played from KC to deny that. Because I think Labrov, knowing the matchup, felt safe, get shut down, and now KC looking towards the Rift Herald.
Is that TP coming out from Caps? How forced away towards this top side. G2 could collapse if they so choose. Kamiloo TPing towards the mid lane. Cloud already taken out though. Another hook's gonna land onto Labrov, and there's just no saving him.
He just got back.
And the guy's spending more time in grayscale than with a color screen right now. Yike hit with the chains though, and in goes BrokenBlade. Good double knocker with a rupture on towards that backline. Tau having to run away. The Intofu finds the knockback. Caliste falls as G2 have found two. They're looking for Prime as well. Caps can jump across the wall. We'll go in with a distortion. Another hook. It's onto the Cassante. Evening out the trades in this fight. SkewMond falling lower. Kamiloo with the twofold Hex will find another. KC fighting back strongly in this game.
Finding some good trades in return. You saw the power of G2's core moving forward for the answers back. The grab from Prime getting so much value there. Kamiloo finding some good trades, able to get some kills in return. Still G2 with a bit of gold advantage, and Han Summer a huge threat taking down this mid tower.
But out of that, you know, KC get the Rift Herald. The tower's not going to fall.
Actually, yeah, they keep it alive.
Yeah. KC actually having a pretty good resurgence in this game. Because I will say, after we saw Han Summer getting as far ahead as he was, and as Caps was beginning to accumulate a bit of a lead himself, I was worried for KC, but Kamiloo now 3-0-2. Caliste is still a long way behind, but we've seen that KC and Prime especially, who's been involved in 90% of his team's kills.
It's a Prime carry. You know, that's what it is. He's just been doing so much. And so initially, Labrov just gets caught out by Prime on the offset, blown up, exploded so quickly. And then here, Yike is fairly squishy, and Caps lands everything. The chain comes through, the ult as well from the Draven. And this is when they start to back away, start to kite back. You can see it in an unfortunate spot, and this great knockback from BrokenBlade gets so much value. But the retreat to the tower.
Oh, we have another fight. Yike's just dead.
Wow.
He was positioning around the Dragon Pit, but G2 were lying away. I will say, having a last look at that replay, BrokenBlade came in with the Pathmaker onto Yike and just took him out of the Whirling Death. If I'm Hansama, I'm kind of a little bit pissed. It's just like, hey, there could have been more gold for me. I could have had a little bit more there.
I think he has enough gold. He'll never agree with that.
Always needs more, man.
I think he has plenty.
Got a Collector and a Bloodthirster. Kamiloo trying to fist bump with his team. No one joining in. Is this sign of a schism within the KC rank? No one else pressed U when Kamiloo did. Hextech Drake secured by G2. They're one away from the soul now. Artican up in 2 minutes time. Prime. Still looking for the hook. Don't really want to land it onto Caps.
Yeah, the distortion ready to go back. And I feel like really, if you're landing a grab onto Hansama specifically to start the fight, I think that's the angle for KC, but if you're not, he's just such a huge threat right now.
Oh, Tower's just done for, man.
He's just gone.
Kasante's still a champion, my friends. Bramble Vest and Iceborne Gauntlet enough. The mid lane tower goes down as G2 begin to open up the map. They'll take the top tier 1 alongside it, assuming that SkewMond can keep Yike at arm's length. Or maybe at Spike's length, as he goes in with the ball for Spikes. Yike's gonna pop the world ender, look at the trade. SkewMond flashes away from the infernal chains, and the tower will stand for now. Kamiloo still on the chase. BrokenBlade trying to get away, does have a tower to support. In between worlds goes Kamiloo, but can't get to the other side of the ring to bounce back towards BB.
Yeah, BrokenBlade really has basically no magic resist, so it's really just so much damage to him. Does have to dip away, but he's still happy with the outcome, right? Getting that solo kill onto the Jayce. We'll see how that went down here. Didn't he actually land a couple of skills there?
Kasante things. Okay, no. He hit the all out.
Yes, he pressed ult.
Yes. And he hits his own boost and a Pathmaker.
He hit the ult to Pathmaker, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's valid.
That's enough.
It's valid.
That's enough.
Well played. Man, Kasante is just still a champ, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's a few champions in the game that I'm like, unless this champion is dramatically changed and some of the way the kit works is dramatically changed, they're always just going to do stuff like this.
You know, I saw that they buffed Zeri, the movement speed she gets on her ult. So if that comes out today, yeah.
At least they took the shield removal off her, because I think that was a really broken part of her kit.
Why was that a thing?
Oh, yes, that is also another question. Prime, Hex flashes forward, looks for the hook. LeBlanc's going to get the dredge line down first, and Prime, well, it's odd that he went in, but G2 even out the score by finding 2. Caps gets a second on Caliste. Kamiloo, Yike, and Tao trying to retreat, but Tao and Yike, well, there's only one Rift Herald, and there are 2 of you to ride it. Who's got the golden ticket to jump in? It's Tao who'll charge away. Yike sacrifices himself for the life of his Jayce, and Tao will have to thank his jungler for the escape plan.
That was sweet. That was sweet. Yeah. You know, giving the little exit route for your teammate. But
you've got my heart will go on singing, echoing in my ears. Oh, good knockback. BrokenBlade, though, will go all out. He hits the only skill you have to is Kasante to get the kill, and there it goes.
Yike sacrificed himself for this. He let you live.
Sometimes sacrifice is in vain, man.
Yeah.
It's the way of the world.
Oh,
BB's looking for more. Hansama's here on the flank. Prime didn't realize that his jungle did not belong to him. LeBlanc lands the flash hook, and Hansama secures the kill.
This is how you know Prime is the carry, because they just burned 2 flashes to take him down
100%, man. You see an enemy support doing well, you know they are being positive with their team.
Yeah.
You can't have that. You got to break the mental.
Shut them down
Kill the support whenever you can. The crowd now in loud voice saying, let's go G2. I will say, we've only heard this once already this game. It's easy to support your team when they're 5k ahead, you know?
Yeah, and also 1 dragon away from Hextech Soul.
Yes.
It's up in a minute. And they do have a Cho'Gath, which will help with securing that.
And they've got those cool new jerseys they're wearing.
They are very cool.
Yeah, I think they're the 2026 jerseys that they've brought out here for Red Bull League of its own. I wonder if... I always think that league chants aren't invented. Now, I'm not smart enough to invent something new. Good hook here onto BrokenBlade, actually using the silence in the static field to make sure that he couldn't Pathmaker away with that unstoppable, but he's Cassante, guys, so he's going to walk away, dashes to his teammate. Prime, you tried, my dude. It was really smart play. Using the Blitzcrank ultimate static field to silence the Cassante, so he can't then use his Pathmaker, which makes him unstoppable, to dash away from your hook.
Yeah.
However, just wasn't enough.
A little bit more damage, and that would have been a great pick right before the Dragon, him not having TP available, but unfortunately he gets away, going to be back on the map in time, and KC, you can see them backing away, not able to protect the
I wonder why.
Yeah,
I wonder why they're backing away.
We got a clue as to why.
Just a small one.
And now, with Caliste, he's not able to recall, he has to back away again, so I think Dragon's just gone.
Yeah. That's the soul for G2. And 23 minutes into the game, they are in total control.
Hextech Soul, generally regarded as pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid soul, isn't it? It's a solid soul.
It's very frustrating to play against.
What sort of soul would you say it is? You know?
I would say it's a...
Is it like a bluesy soul? Is it an upbeat soul? Like a reggae soul? Trying to give you like Louis Armstrong, you know, that sort of music, or like
sort of like
it's a music, you know, electronic soul. Sure.
Yeah,
I haven't heard much EDM soul, but that would be quite fun.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Sure. I feel like it's one of those things we don't cast together too often, and I do listen to your cast obviously, but I don't know the spaces that you like to talk random stuff about that much. I feel like we walked down a path here that you were not prepared to follow me on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm not the most...
Atlas is just better at this than I am, I think, is the way we go with Prime. Once again, looks for the hook onto Labrov, but he's pretty tanky now. SkewMond and BrokenBlade on the flank with the Hextech gates. TP's coming out as well as Tao's on the wrong side of the rift and is just deleted. SkewMond gobbles up Yike as well. And now it's on Prime, Caliste, and Kamiloo to try and survive. BrokenBlade tanking the tower, the Hextech soul for the slow from Caps, and now the tower, the prize for G2.
I mean, LeBlanc with the Hextech soul is so annoying to play against. KC, I don't even think they can just defend the base at this point. They're going to lose their inhibitor here. They're just getting forced away.
Yeah, no waves nearby for G2 to look for more out of this, so I think it's just going to be the mid lane in him. Caliste, oh my god!
Where'd he go?
Well, that goose is cooked. As the Vestayan Xayah falls 2 caps. 307, 17 stack Medjai. Call him Light Yagami, the way he's stacking up that Death Note.
I feel like, you know, the dive.
That is BrokenBlade. Yep, okay. The search for a greater Prime still goes on. As now they dive onto Yike. G2 will take out their former teammate.
It's not going well.
What G2 is KC, man. They're feeling blue. Abadai, you know?
Well, at least... Oh, Kamiloo. They don't even care. They want the Baron.
And it's a cute Baron.
Yeah.
It's a cute Baron, you know?
I do love the hat.
But many hats. Oh yeah, Caliste is dead again. Yes.
You know, I think this game, you know, it started with him being Dove level 1. Not a fun time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just gone downhill from there.
If you're G2 going into this game as well, that you're just going to say, who do we focus? We focus Yike and Caliste. If we take them down, it's going to be a lot harder for KC to win the game.
As well, you know? So their first game of the day, they picked 580 carries.
Yes.
So even before the game started, it felt like they were targeting the 80 carry role.
They got rid of Ezreal, Corki, Yunara, and Varus, who are some of the champions we've actually seen Caliste playing summer. He's never played a non-80 carry, well, hasn't in this in 2025 summer.
This is one of the rare occasions, because we often see teams target a specific role when they get into a game. But it's very rare that we see a team target a role before.
It's the evolution of League of Legends, man.
Yeah.
This is what...
you're doing the homework.
It's what your grandchildren's grandchildren will be talking about. That and how Faker just won his 50th world title.
Pretty brutal situation to be in, and I think at this point, G2, there's nothing really you can do to stop them. Prime looking for a grab, but at this point,
could run over and unplug the PCs.
I feel
feel like
they went for it, I'd respect it.
some sort of technical interference should be allowed when you're 10,000 goal behind in a game of League. However you want to go about it, blindfolding the opposition, unplugging keyboards, monitors. Because right now, that's really the only way KC get back into this game, especially with this Hex Soul. It's just such a nuisance. Getting the slows down allows the Rupture to connect easier, allows Distortion to go in. G2 take down 2 inhibs. Are looking for the Nexus towers now. Labrov looking for that hook. Can't quite land it onto Kamiloo, who will just jump away.
But decent poke at least.
Yeah, I mean, how decent is it, my dude? Because that is some decent poke right there. Caps heard you and wants to prove you wrong. That's how you poke out an enemy team. And G2 will wipe away KC. Labrov looking for the staggering blows here. The Rupture's going to land onto Kamiloo. Nom, 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 nom. SkewMond takes the kill. And G2 set up a date with T1 after this.
I don't think it's poke if you just kill them. I don't think that counts as poke.
It's really aggressive.